Hey, what's up world? It's Bruno and I'm back. But this time I'm going to tell you about my coming out story. Now, it's funny because over the past 4 years as I come out to more and more people, it happens to be that every time I come out to someone, it's happening on like a holiday, like a special occasion. New Year's Eve, Christmas, my birthday, like all these different holidays. For some reason I've chosen the biggest days to come out to different family members. So a little bit of background about me. Senior year of high school, I didn't even know I was gay, or any sort of gay. I was talking to this girl, and she happened to be bi. She was like, so, have you thought about like experimenting with a guy or anything? And at the time I was like, no. I mean, the most I'll do is probably like kiss a guy. That's it. But nothing more. She was like, oh, well, you should talk to this guy, just to kind of, get a feeling to see if you're bi or whatnot. I mean, don't knock it till you try it. So long story short, she gives me his number. We exchanged a few text messages. We go on a date. I really was not feeling it. I mean, he was cool and we had great conversation, but I was just like, I'm not really sure, about this whole being gay thing, as he sticks his tongue down my throat, whatever. Anyways, that night kind of ended with me going home like being like, okay, I'm totally not about that life at all. Fast forward a month, we're dating. I'm no longer talking to the girl, and so Andrew and I are dating, and we dated for 8 months until the start of freshman year of college. Well, freshman year of college was the semester I decided to come out to my mom. It's New Year's Eve, and I'm like, all right, I can do this. I can tell her. So I kind of corral my mom. I'm like, hey mom, I have to talk to you. So those 8 months that Andrew was hanging out at the house, spending nights and all that? Yeah, we were kind of dating. And then you could just like see her face. She was just like you could see it all written over her face. She was not pleased with that announcement. So it was a very awkward conversation. And she started to cry and she started to say some stuff about like how she wished she had taken me to church more often, how that she felt like she was making a mistake as a parent. But that sounds a lot worse than what it actually was, because my mom has been the most supportive person in this entire process. 6 months after coming out to her, we were eating lunch and she noticed these two gay guys walking, holding hands, and she was like, that looks like you and Andrew. And then that was the moment I knew that I had one of the world's coolest moms and she was always gonna be there for me. The next big holiday I chose to come out to someone was Christmas Eve, and I actually, didn't choose it. I was dating this guy and we had a picture on Facebook. It was my profile picture. I was real bold. I was very bold. But I hadn't told anyone that I was gay, minus like some friends. At the Christmas Eve party, and my uncle, he had made a remark. He had made a remark to my mom. He was like, so who's that guy that Bruno is with in that picture? And she was like, I don't know, maybe you should ask him. He never did, still hasn't. But on the way back, my sister in the car with my mom, my youngest brother, who at the time was probably like 5 or 6, and then my stepdad. And she goes, so Bruno, who's that guy in your pic? Your hand is awfully close to his stomach, like you two are very touchy-feely in that picture, so who is that? And me feeling the pressure was on. I was like, that is a guy that I'm dating. Right there in front of my little brother, my stepdad, and my sister, and my mom. Now my mom had already known, but she was on my side. She was like this, like top secret, confidential, like CIA didn't even know about this. FBI can't even get this information from her. So like, props to you, mom, thank you. I started to cry, it's a big statement for my sister and my little brother and my stepdad. I think my little brother had fallen asleep by this point, so he might not even know. But this was actually transitioning into the Christmas. So it was like past midnight when I put this on them. And my stepdad, who is also just as supportive as my mom, he was like, you know what? Like, I still love you. Like, it changes nothing. We're still family, and that's what matters. I was kind of mad at my sister for trying to put me on the spot in front of them in case I hadn't told them. But, we're cool now. We're good. We're good, Christy. It's all good. Now, the third big day, my birthday. Yeah, that was a fun one. So I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, enjoying my birthday with some friends at a party, and I told my brother he could come. None of my brothers knew at this point in time. he had made me this like Jello cake with lots of alcohol. So you know your boy was lit. I was so lit. And I was like, I'm feeling bold once again. Today is the day I'm gonna tell my brother Fury. So I, you know, pull him aside. I'm like, hey Fury, can we talk? And I was like, so, I don't know if you know this, but I am gay. This bitch decides he's gonna slap me. Just slap me right across the face. And you know, at the time I'm thinking like, shit, like I've reached that brick wall of someone who is like against who I am as a person. And so that immediate rush of feeling just rejected and unloved like hit me instantly. So you know, I don't really cry often. I'm not a very emotional person, but your boy cried this time. And he says, you know what? That's for not telling me sooner. And then he gave me a hug. And he was like, sorry I slapped you, bro, but you know, I've kind of known, but I want you to tell me before that. It ended up being a great moment for me and my brother, much better than I expected. So 3 for 3 in all of the coming out experiences where my family's been very supportive. Okay, so this is a bonus story. This is just too good to miss, and my friend Jamie is gonna kill me if I don't tell this story. But freshman year, one of the first people, oh, I just remembered. Okay, before I get to that story, this girl, Erin, I love you. I really do love you. But the first person I told in college that I was gay was this girl named Erin. She was an RA in the honors program, which I was in, and I just like really trusted her, you know, and I still do. So I told her I was gay, and I was in this a cappella group. Oh gosh, he's gonna find out about this. Oh well. Feelings aren't there anymore. But anyways, there's this guy in this a cappella group that I liked at the time, way back freshman year, just to clarify. And I had told her that I had a crush on this dude. She decided to go to my a cappella concert with my RAs, my 2 RAs, my best friend Jamie, and my best friend Greg. Now, at the time, Jamie had known I was gay. I'm about to get to that story of how he found out. But Greg did not. Greg was my RA, my personal RA. And so like I was planning out the times like when I would tell him. And so, you know, this guy's video pops up on the screen and they're like, he's introducing himself. And then she goes, oh, that's that guy that Bruno likes. And my RA had no idea. He was like, oh, Bruno's gay, I did not know that. So that's the story of how Erin outed me to my RA, but it's all good. He was super cool with it. Love you, Greg. You're awesome. Best RA ever. Minus myself. I was the best RA ever. Not you, but you were second. But going back to this next story with Jamie. Jamie, so we're sitting in this room watching probably Lord of the Rings. And we're with our friend, Melanie. And we're just talking about this gay guy who lived in the building next to us, who I happened to date later, who was the one in the picture I was all snuggled up to in my profile photo. And we were trying to figure out if he was gay, and I was like, oh no, he's gay. Like, that girl he hangs out with, they're just friends. Like, I already know. My gaydar is on point. My gaydar is like 100, like 100% right all the time. On fleek. And anyways, so he was like, yeah, you know, there's also someone gay that's living in this building, and I'm just like really hurt that they haven't told me yet, and they've told other people. I bet you Erin probably told him. That's probably how he figured out. I need to figure that information out. Anyways, he was like, he's told other people, but he hasn't told me, and then like it's just really hurting, and like we're friends. And I was like, okay, I'm picking up the hint, Jamie, that you know that I'm gay. Now let's get out of this room before Melanie finds out. Let's go talk about it. So you know, we go to the kitchen down the hall. And he closes the door, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to say this. Like, my heart is beating so fast. I'm like, I don't know how to say this because, like, I know this dude is straight, and, like, I don't want to lose my, like, best friend in college already this soon. And this bitch says, I can't really get on you at all, Bruno, because I'm in love with Steven. And I was like, what? In love with Steven? Like, let me tell you that, like, minus this guy, my gaydar has been 100. I guess I need to say 99.5%. But, like, you see this, you see Jamie, you will not think he's gay, like. So he fooled me, and I, like, flipped out, and I was like, whoa. You're gay? I'm gay? We're gonna be gay best friends. It was not quite like that, but, yeah, that's how I found out my best friend in college was gay. after that, I was like, you know what, I'm done coming out. Like, coming out sucks. You know, it would be really cool if you didn't have to come out, if you could just be who you are and people wouldn't question it or think differently of you. So I decided I wasn't going to come out to people, which kind of sucks because that left 2 of my brothers who didn't know, and a lot of family members. So this year I decided on National Coming Out Day that I was going to, I won't even say blow the closet wide open, because honestly, if you knew me, like, you knew I was pretty open about my sexuality and like who I was talking to and whatnot. But I just made a nice little Facebook and Instagram post, like basically detailing like, hey, if you don't know by now, like a lot of my family and friends already know, but guess what, I'm gay, like, cool. Now let's get back to, you know, me pursuing my passions of wanting to be an entertainer, wanting to start up a youth center eventually one day for the arts. So those are 2 of my biggest passions right there. So that's what I like to focus on. I don't like to focus on coming out or anything. I actually dread coming out stories. But I just thought this was a funny one for y'all. But do know that if you're ever struggling with coming out of the closet or telling your family members about anything that's really big about you, just know that you have friends and family who might be very supportive. So I say take that leap of faith and go for it. And if they don't support you, there are thousands and millions of people in the LGBT community who will support you. I will support you. You can DM me, you can hop up in my DMs, you can talk to me on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, and I will be there for you if no one else is. So just know there are people out there for you. Take that leap of faith if you can, if you have it in you. You never know what the outcome might be. I'm living life, it's great. I'm open about myself, and I think everyone should be able to be open about themselves. So thanks again for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet. Other than that, have a great day. Not looking for tonight, somebody who can hold me down. They begging for